Good morning, everyone. Today's writing, we're going to be looking at a research paper. I know that there are a bunch of students right now that are writing about things, researching things. So I wanted to give you a text structure that you can use that's a little bit different than the typical 5-paragraph essay. So we're going to be taking a look at a text structure from Gretchen Bernabei. It's a take on the tribute to a person text structure, and I just modified it a little bit more to give it a more of a research feeling. So if we take a look at our text structure, we have, what is it? A flashback to hearing about it, a description of it, what I wish I could find out now about it. Yeah. So with this one, remember in our kernel essays, it's just the bare bones, okay? I'm not going into great deal in these boxes. I'm just kind of giving an outline of what I'm going to be talking about later when I actually write my paper. So the research project that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about a character from Norse mythology. Given the fact that we've been kind of stuck in our houses recently, I've been able to catch up on some old movies that I haven't really been able to watch in great in depth in. One of these movies was the Thor movie from the Marvel Universe. And in that movie, there's a huge wolf in there. I thought that looked like a really cool character, especially with how it was portrayed in the movie. So I wanted to find out some more about it. So I found out that the wolf in there is named Fenrir. So I got one of my favorite books about monsters and villains from movies. My fourth grade students love these, reading about the different characters. My pre-K students love looking at the pictures of the monsters and the artwork in there. So I went in, found some information about Fenrir, and I can go and fill out my kernel essay. So what is it? So Fenrir, or Fenris, is the child of a giantess, which is a female giant, and the god Loki. Again, I can give more information, but right now I'm not going to. Right now, again, this is just the bare bones. I'm going to give just kind of an idea so I remember what I'm talking about. I can then flesh it out a little bit later when I get down to writing my research paper. Flashback to hearing about it. Well, I'm going to think back to the first time that I heard about it. I was watching one of the Thor movies, and it had a huge wolf as one of the characters. Again, I'll flesh it out later. This is just to remind me. Description of it. Fenrir is a large wolf with strong legs, a huge mouth, and large ears. Its howl can be heard throughout the Scandinavian countries. Now, what I wish I could find out now about it. I wish that I could read more stories or myths about Fenrir. So there's my kernel essay. Okay, again, it's just bare bones. Now I can go and look at my prompt, research a topic of your choice, chose Fenrir, and write an essay describing your topic. I can now go back, excuse me, and I can go and look at my kernel essay and flesh it out a little bit. So, Fenrir, or Fenris, is the child of a giantess and the god Loki. In Norse mythology, Fenrir will one day destroy the world. The first time I can remember hearing about Fenrir was while I was watching the movie Thor Ragnarok. In the movie, a huge wolf shows up at the end of the movie and fights the Hulk. I'm going to describe it. Fenrir is a large wolf that scares all of the Norse gods. He has a huge mouth that the upper jaw can touch the sky and the lower jaw can touch the ground. Its howl can be heard across the Scandinavian countries and still terrifies the people. I wish that I could read more stories or myths about Fenrir. I heard one about how he was captured, but I want to find out more about it. Okay, so again, that's just a rough draft. I can always go back and add more details. That's not a very long essay at all, but at least gives me a starting point. So I'd like to thank you guys for listening. Remember to go ahead and in the comment section below, go ahead and write down and share your writings. I want to see what your research project looks like and see how you were able to use this. In the description below, I'll have a link to the page that I've got right here, as well as a blank document. I'll also leave a link to the actual tribute to a person one, just in case you're doing a research project about a person. Okay, thank you very much and have a great day.